Good evening and welcome to the Norton Permanent Building Committee meeting on Monday, September 13th, 2021. Welcome to Mike Units and Bonnie, who are Zooming with us. Present are building committee members. Yes. Hi. Bob Medeiros. Oh, you can't? Yes, I can hear you. Oh, I thought I was unmuted. I am unmuted. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, good. So we're all present. All 5 members of the building committee are here, and Bob, COA representative, is here. Mark, do we have minutes?
Yes, you do.
Okay, you emailed them out. Did everybody have a chance to read them?
I didn't get a chance to read them.
I did.
A copy there.
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes from September 23rd, 2021, as soon as everybody peruses them.
Second.
Okay. And there was a set from August also, correct? July?
Brian's got it. What's the date of that one?
This is July 12th.
Oh,
My birthday.
Okay, July 12th.
I thought we already voted those ones. That's missing.
Okay.
That's the agenda, right?
no, that's the minutes.
Oh, yeah, never
Okay, I saw this one.
What was this,
Okay.
September 23rd?
Where's that one? I had there. Yeah, I got these. I got these. All right, I'm good.
Okay, I have a motion and a second for the minutes for September 23rd. All in favor?
Hi.
Aye. All opposed?
They gotta go back this way, Jimmy.
Okay, and do I have a motion for July
I'll
12th?
make a motion for July 12th, 2021.
Okay. Jim and Bob, thank you. All in favor of July 12th?
Hi.
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, the minutes are passed. Thank you.
You gotta sign them then.
Yes. Okay, Mr. Medeiros, was there any correspondence?
None. Again. There never is.
I'll send you a
Is there a P.O.
postcard.
box? That one?
They got yeah, a box.
Empty like.
Is it a town hall or post office? Town hall.
Town hall.
It's in their mail room.
Yeah, okay. Maybe we should just mail him something so he feels good about himself.
Well, it gives me an excuse to go to town hall. I go there because I'm on the board of health, so I got to go in.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
It's like on vacation, it's not supposed
could you
to.
pass those back
Yes,
to Mark,
ma'am.
please? Okay, on the agenda this evening, we have an update of what's happening with the owner's project manager interviews. There are 3 interviews set up this week. Mike, would you like to speak with us about those? I think you're muted, Mike.
So, yep, we have 3 interviews scheduled. We have one tomorrow. Let's see, tomorrow is Vertex. And then on Thursday is Answer, Advisory, and STV.
You say it's Thursday?
Thursday.
Thursday.
Yeah. And they begin at 9:30 in the morning, Mike?
Right, tomorrow's at 9:30, and then on Thursday we have a 9:30 and 11:30.
Okay. Yes, it'll be Mike, myself, and the building inspector.
Correct.
Oh, cool.
Is it a closed meeting? Closed?
It's closed interviews, right, Mike?
Yes.
They're not open to the public, right?
No.
Okay. Jim?
Question to Mike. How soon after your last interview will the selectmen be voting on somebody?
I would think that once we interview them, it won't take long to make the decision, and then we'll have to work on a contract. So it would either be next Thursday night, or more likely the next meeting.
So that would be by September 30th.
Yes.
Award.
Award by September 30th.
Do we have a, oh, I'm sorry.
Brian?
Do we have a standard contract we use?
Mike, did you hear that?
We don't. We, like with architects, we would use the standard architectural contract. With the OPM, we'll be working with Copeland and Page and the whichever company we choose to develop a contract. I'm sure they have standard contracts they use, and we usually forward that to our council to edit.
Okay. All right. Mark had developed an outline of dates just to go over this, and I do know that, Bob, you have a question
I do.
also. Do you want to run through this first?
Yeah, go ahead. Yep.
Okay, August 2021, OPM procurement, August 23rd, OPM shortlist, we've already passed those. OPM interviews, the 20th through the 24th, we're ahead of schedule on that. September 27th, OPM selection, October 12th, OPM notice to proceed, hopefully we'll have a contract in place and signed. October 18th, OPM kickoff meeting with the PBC.
Is that it?
That would be here. October 25th, town to issue an RFQ for designer services. And Bob, did you want to ask your question?
Yeah, Mike, while all this is going on, can we send out bid packages for the design of these buildings now? Get the ball rolling?
No, that's part of this RFQ.
Part of the OPM scope.
Okay. It seems like we're moving along, we go ahead and then we slow down, we go ahead. and we
I think the other question you had was about site work. Can we separate site work package?
Yeah. How would I phrase that?
Okay, yeah, this is this is what I call the hurry up and wait stage.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, it does feel like we're going slowly, but. Okay, so, October 25th, issue the RFQ for design services.
When is that, Dinah?
The, October 25th?
Okay, that's not bad.
November 12th, designer services RFQ responses. November 22nd, designer services shortlist for the PBC and the OPM. December 13th through the 17th, design services interviews. December 20, designer services selection, and January 10th, designer notice to proceed.
That's not bad.
That'd be good if
If it moves like that, yeah.
It's just a draft.
Yeah, just a draft, but we will try to carve it in stone.
But if it moves like that, that's pretty good.
That's realistic.
Yeah.
I think it's a good idea to.
Yeah.
So then we could hopefully have the designer work done by June, spring,
Sure.
and put a shovel in the ground next summer.
That would be nice.
I don't know if that's realistic. Mark, I think.
We can always hope.
I think Mark would agree permitting might be an issue, but.
Yeah, Jim?
That's the question I have. The permitting for everything, I would think would be somewhat a standard form. You wouldn't need an OPM for the permitting. Can we start the permitting process because the properties already had pre-existing buildings and we have preliminary plans?
There's no
and
approved drawings.
There's no
My
drawings.
fellow member is shaking his head.
No,
No,
you
there's
need,
no drawings or
you need
anything.
approved site plan by the town before you can apply for a site-specific permit, which kicks in all the EPA stuff. You can bid that package separately to get things accelerated, which may tie into, do we know when the road's gonna be paved? Is that still in front of town hall?
You're looking, who knows?
I heard there was a 5-year project, I don't know how close we're,
Yeah,
because
from here to the truck, to the 195.
'Cause it's-
They're talking 4 years.
It would be certainly good to get out of that
plug.
street as soon as possible before they
Right.
pave
There's
it.
a lot of.
So you can get off the road
Water
and stop
yeah.
with your water, your gas, blah, blah, blah. Get out of the street, let
They're
the
putting
state do their thing,
drainage right
save,
now.
save a little time. But you still need approved site drawings, which I think the planning commission has to approve
Has to
too.
approve it, and
So-
we need drawings for that,
Yeah, so you can't,
so.
unfortunately.
You know, I realize that, you know, it does feel slow, and I admit, you know, I get frustrated also. But it is the way, you know, to do it, and I know, the seniors and the people who work at the town hall are all anxious to see this go forward as quickly as possible, but we're,
The other-
Madam Chair?
Yes,
I'm
Bob.
sorry.
No, go ahead.
Who will pick the design engineer?
the architectural, we will go through
Same
the same
process.
Same
process again
process.
like we did for the OPM.
Okay.
There will be responses, and then we will read them and rank
Go from
them and go from there.
Another thing to consider, and Mark, you can back me up, I believe the 2021 code is gonna be adopted, so.
That's green?
Huh?
What code is that?
IBC, the next generation of
Next
code,
generation.
20, because the last one was 15, and the state does every 6 years.
Okay.
So 2021,
We have a new code?
we have a new code,
Code.
which I think may have just kicked in. So I don't know if that impacts any of the design, but that's
it
another
should.
thing why you don't want to go too fast, because you get, all of a sudden the code kicks in, changes things, and you just wasted money. But I think we're safe, because I think 2021 may have just kicked in. We want to find that out though.
Who gives, who gives them the criteria for the design? In other words, who
It's in our
gives-
conceptual design already.
Yeah,
Okay,
we will-
all right.
yeah,
So
we already
they
have that.
go by that, okay.
Yep.
Yep. okay.
They get more into the physically, how to build a
Yeah.
building, finishes, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, okay.
They have a concept. And
They
so-
build around that.
So if they're expedient, they should be able to design the building in 6 to 8 weeks. That's achievable. It's the site that takes the while because of all your EPA permits and that
Right.
kind of stuff.
Yeah, no, the other times I've done it, it's taken a full 6 months to
Yeah.
get design drawings
Because you get all the reviews by the planning board and stuff.
developed, you know, from the architect that then go through all the boards and commissions. It takes a while. But they will be working from our preliminary
Correct.
plans
Right.
that we presented at town meeting. That is our opportunity to tighten them up, to make sure that they are as we want. Do we want that much space? Can we do with less? Should we have more? It's our time to really do it,
Tune in
because
on that,
once
yeah.
they have
Yeah.
designed the building,
No turn back.
anything that we change
'Cause it's not-
qualifies as a change order, and it's more money.
If we,
If it's awarded.
If
Yeah.
it's awarded, right.
Who controls the change orders?
We do.
We do.
that's, who controls the money?
We do,
We do.
Good, okay.
yeah.
That makes me feel good.
So when it
According
change-
to the town charter, the building committee
Controls.
is responsible. Preliminary discussions with Mike, and he can jump in here. Invoices, change orders will come through the building committee. We will authorize payment, which then will get passed to the town
So we're gonna really have
process
to
on a
real
warrant.
time be diligent about.
Yeah, because that's when they sneak things in. That's what you gotta really watch.
Yeah, but we will be watching those, and
They're
we,
not sleeping nothing in.
Why would there be so many change orders though? If they-
Well, one, below grade, everything's, nobody has
I got that.
X-rating. Nobody knows what we're gonna find. That's part two. Two is usually designer issues. They don't coordinate between trades. And that's where myself and Bob are gonna tear the drawings apart and make sure, and Mark as well.
we're
that
going
I'll-
to review the drawings.
Make sure everybody coordinates and we think something's missing. That's part is showing everything. The second part, which is my biggest concern, is can we actually be bid? Because you can put whatever you want on paper, but this sub bids, you have to delineate work or you get change orders.
Well, that is
That-
something that we will be reviewing. We're not going in this as, you know, with an adversarial
no.
relationship. It all works together.
But that's
I always find when I'm working on a big building like that, the pipe fitters will come in, they need extra money for them enough pipe, but there's always something they don't have enough of.
Mm-hmm.
When I was doing my business, I always said, if you got something you gotta change, come to me and let me know what it's gonna cost. before I approve it.
Well, that's part of the OPM's job,
Yeah.
is that any change order, they have to verify with the architect, is it a legitimate change?
Okay.
And then they have to do a fair price estimate, make sure it's, the cost is, lines up with what it
That's
costs.
what it costs.
Then they present it to us for approval.
Then it comes to us
Okay,
for
all right.
approval.
As long as we got the final word.
Correct,
We
we do.
We have the final word
That's
on
the key.
everything before it gets paid and passed to the town accountant for
Okay, that's,
processing.
I go
Yep.
along with that.
You know, sometimes,
I would think as professionals, they should know, other than, things are unknown underground or whatever, understand that. But if you got drawings and you're going by drawings, you know what you're gonna need, you know what you have to do. It really shouldn't be.
but Bob, there's sometimes it's
Human
as
error.
simple as, a department head coming in, or Beth with the Council on Aging, and saying, I realize we started out with the door here, but it really should be over here. That's a change order.
Yep.
you know,
Potentially,
so
depends.
Yeah.
we need to really, look at, that's why it takes so long to get the plans done before you actually start
Yeah, you gotta look at them pretty close.
working.
yeah.
You have to look at them really closely. We'll be having Beth come in and look at the COA extremely closely. Mike and the building inspector looking at the town hall extremely closely. Of course, we'll be overseeing everything. But it takes a while, because once you start, you start.
I'd like to interject that you took somewhat offense to what you thought was adversarial, what we were doing, and I think it's more protective. I think we're all here to protect the interest of the town and the taxpayer,
Yes,
and if we have to be it may
Tough.
come across adversarial, but it's more protective than adversarial.
I totally agree with you. I would just like to avoid language, especially if, once we get the OPM, that we're gonna tear them apart, we're going to do all this.
That's
We-
the
Do it
Right.
constructively, yeah.
Yeah, we need to get out of the field and into a meeting.
Yeah.
Well,
Brian?
the design bid build delivery method is adversarial by nature.
But the key
Well,
is,
It is,
when
because
it's-
drawings are never 100%, they never ever will be. You can get as close as you can, but you're never gonna be 100%. And there's always,
Some change, yeah.
But here's the
engineers
key.
work in
I
silos.
prefer to look at it as we're working together to find the
Right.
flaws.
But here's the key,
Working
here's the key.
together.
Whatever they do, the buck stops here.
correct.
Correct.
Right here. We
Correct.
control the money. As long as we control the money, we have them by whatever. All right?
Right. But
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, we know.
It's being protective.
Absolutely.
The
we're going
OPM,
to do it politely.
oh yeah,
Well,
if the
you know.
OPM knows what they're doing,
Yes,
and they make sure the design is fully coordinated, which sadly a lot of them do not, and I've been in this business 30 years, trust me, I've seen everything. They don't do what they're supposed to do, they pass the paper.
Yep.
And I'm sick and tired of it as a taxpayer and working as a construction manager. So that's why when I say I'm gonna tear them apart, I'm gonna make sure they do their job. That's all.
Yeah.
yes. But
Hold
we-
you accountable, 100% accountable.
Yes.
I want, and I've
But-
sent
I'm
comments on
not
it.
disagreeing with you, Brian, but
Well,
I'm
that's-
going to insist that it be done
It's done
civilly
professionally.
and
Gotta be-
politely
gotta
and
be done.
professionally.
Correct. You send a
Thank
list
you.
of comments saying
Yeah,
all the stuff's
personalities don't
missing.
have to get into it,
It's
just-
not
That's
adversarial,
correct.
it's, hey, look, here's all the stuff that's missing, where is
Yeah,
it?
we-
Why isn't it in the
Yeah, we
design?
can ask the right
Correct.
questions.
We can, and we will be asking the right questions.
That's all.
If you can't give me the answer, you don't get paid.
Correct.
A lot of talented
not-
people here, so.
Okay, so this is where we are right now. We're doing interviews tomorrow and Thursday, and then going forward from there.
Next week, maybe.
Well, and you said all the questions have been prepared, right?
I have the list of questions from the building committee. I forwarded those to Mike. I don't know what he's done with his copy.
So who records the responses so you can know who said what?
Don't know, Mike? Will somebody be there to record the responses? You're
That's
muted,
mine.
I'm
Where's
sorry.
the rest- Where's the rest of them?
That's mine. We're the only two.
I really haven't had it planned on
You guys
anyone
did.
being here to record the responses other than ourselves, but I'll see if someone's available to do that.
Great, thank you.
Because I think it's important for the selectmen, as well as the committee, to understand the responses, because we selected people based on a piece of paper, meaning their RFQ response. I
Right.
have no confidence in just a piece of paper, and I said that at the last meeting. So I want to make sure that when we get these questions answered, we all can see the responses.
Yes.
That's important. That's all.
So Mike is going to hopefully arrange to have somebody take the questions. I have compiled, I heard from Mark, Jim, and Brian. I have compiled your questions into a document for myself that I'm going to bring and ask.
No questions?
No questions.
And
I'm in the field, I'll see what's going on.
so we'll do that.
Trust me,
So
I got
yes,
you
the
covered.
questions have been codified.
I
My
just wanna-
questions are in the field right here.
Oh, trust me. Just
Mark?
want to make sure they're responded to.
Anything?
I can see you smiling.
Questions, anybody? What else? This is basically all we have on our agenda this evening, just an update as to where we are.
The closings were both done, right? We confirmed
Closings
that?
are done, we own the property.
We've got the
Um,
money, we own
Mike?
the property.
Can we do anything with the sign? I go paint that thing.
It is,
You're
I-
getting the phone calls.
excuse me,
know.
let's,
Sorry.
through the chair.
I'm sorry.
I've heard a couple of comments from people about the property where the COA is going to be. How untidy it looks. Now that we own it, can we mow the grass?
Go ahead.
Yeah, we can probably mow it out front.
Okay, yeah, it just looks so very untidy from the street.
And hit the
people-
for sale sign so it falls down.
People have been
I wonder
been
if there's any
contacting me.
asbestos in that old
Okay.
building.
Thank you. Brian?
Question,
Knock it down.
the town hall site
It's got old
is
boilers,
leveled,
you know.
okay? So that I'm less concerned about,
That's
but
gonna cost some money to
the
take
Council of
care of.
Aging site is an existing house that you would agree is prior 1974.
Oh, yeah, it's old, yeah.
All right, so that needs an asbestos and lead abatement
That's what
study
it-
done?
Just talking about.
But I just said that.
Oh, it's done?
No.
No.
Oh,
We just
so
talked
that
about
needs to get done, and that's the owner's job to do it. I don't know if we want to accelerate that process.
That'd be
or,
smart.
You know, it'll save you some time.
To pull the house down?
No, you can't do that.
Inspect it.
No, I
You've
really-
you've got to do an asbestos and lead survey
Survey.
first.
Yeah.
Then they'll tell you if there's anything hazardous.
Okay.
Then you can tear it down, because that's another thing, Bob's question earlier about accelerating the job. We can tear that down and get a demolition permit, but
Yep.
we need to have the asbestos and the lead done
That
first.
stuff's gotta go to a separate place.
I
You
will
can't-
work,
Correct.
I will work with the building
Now,
committee.
and if we do that, it may help with some of the people saying they want to see some action. Well, if we tear something down, it's some action. It might be a little bit of action,
But just
but
a
it's
little.
progressing.
Yeah, they can go in there and strip the loom.
That's correct.
Nobody said.
Well, you don't want to do
strip
that for drainage
the-
issues.
Strip the loom and
I
stop
will.
That
Thank
drainage
you.
is all sand, that
Oh, it's
just.
good? Okay. Well, we just,
Okay, I will work with the building inspector on that.
he'll agree you need to have it, but it's a purchase order we'd have to issue.
Now, to knock that building down, my question to you is, would that be to the contractor that we hire, or can we do it ourselves?
We can do it ourselves. There's nothing that says we can't. We just have to issue an RFP out there for demo contractors.
That's me.
Well, it has to be publicly procured, and I think that's conflict of interest. I think that would take, because asbestos never gets cheap to expose,
You gotta get rid of it.
dispose of.
You gotta get rid
You know,
of
so the faster you do that, the faster. That'll save us a little bit of time and money.
Okay, I will talk with Nick about that tomorrow morning when I see him.
If we have an existing site plan, that's all you need for the demo, other
Yeah.
than the survey.
it. Yep,
Just, it's this big, tear it down, boom, done.
go on.
Okay,
No, I do it, if they want me to.
Jim?
I'm good at that.
I know somebody's gonna take this the wrong way, because everybody takes what I say the wrong way. But I wanna thank the building committee for attending the meeting, because I have a personal feeling that people are using Zoom to miss meetings. And we have chosen, because of the importance of this project and the confidence the selectmen put in us, to everybody show up at the meeting. And I think it's much easier to understand people, because we were discussing with our photographer, or whatever you call him, cinematographer.
Videographer.
Video, whatever, about the poor sound quality of the last 4 or 5 meetings, that the taxpayers who are interested cannot understand, A, the speakers who may be present, and everybody who's on Zoom or with a face mask cannot be understood. The school committee meeting was a disaster. The selectmen's meeting, having 3 of the select people on Zoom screen, you could not understand any of them. I just got disgusted and shut it off. So, I mean, I think in person is we were appointed or you were elected to a position, you took the responsibility for that, you should be here, and I think everybody in this room, I'm thanking them for being here and taking that responsibility, especially Brian, whose attendance had been lacking in the past. That's my shot in the dark. I
That's
didn't know it was
okay.
coming, but-
Hey, sometimes things happen. That's why I'm
Okay,
here now.
thank you, I'm done.
This is where the fun begins. That's why I'm here.
Well, I'll tell you right now, if we go back to Zoom, I'm done. Because I'm not Zooming. It's out of the question.
Uh-oh.
I hate it.
Well, we are zooming, but you can
Yeah, but
come.
you're there, I can talk to
Yeah.
you directly, all
Right.
right?
It's just not the same.
Even though I can't
Okay.
see what your lips are doing.
My lips aren't moving. My mind is thinking.
Can't smell breath either.
Okay. Is there anything else to come before the building committee?
How about our next meeting?
Yeah.
September 20th, is that too soon?
No, September 20th.
Do we have a reason to meet September 20th? To meet the OPM?
The interviews are done.
Yeah, but they said I asked the
Where's this
the
schedule?
town manager, and he said they probably wouldn't be appointing somebody till the 30th.
But the interviews are this week, right?
The interviews are this
Jesus Christ, the
week.
30th.
Right,
So the 30th will probably is the
84 years
farthest out.
that's
That's
the
a
next
ward.
selectmen's meeting, so,
But it says
30th,
selection
I
is the
turned 84.
27th, right? Which is 2 weeks from today?
no, they
Get
meet
old.
on Thursdays.
They
No,
meet
no,
on
but
Thursday.
It says 27th OPM selection,
My
which is
anniversary is
Tuesday the
tomorrow.
27th.
That's just
That's
in,
just
mine's
that's in
15th.
Mark's
Okay.
calendar.
It's
Oh,
in March.
I don't think we need to
Disregard it.
meet until, our next scheduled meeting is October 11th, and we could have the
It's a-
OPM
it's a
here.
Monday. It's a holiday.
Oh, it is, isn't it?
that's Columbus Day.
This is what you get for being retired. You have no idea when the
Yeah,
holidays
Columbus Day.
are. Move it up to the 4th
Of what, November?
of October.
I will not be here, I'm in
Wait a minute, let me look.
Atlanta at a convention.
Well, you're gonna have to cancel.
Fourth dine is no good.
No, I'm
Okay.
just telling.
How about, how about
It-
the 12th?
All right, what happened on the 4th, I killed the Board of Health meeting tonight for the 4th for next month.
How
Okay.
about the 12th?
What did Jim say? He was gonna zoom in on the floor?
Yeah, with my flip phone.
I believe
The
the word
12th
is
is fine.
bazinga.
All right, 12th.
Shall we go?
Bazinga.
How about the 12th?
12th is
Okay.
fine with me, I should be back.
Yes, that's fine with me. I can.
Southwest doesn't fly me to
Okay,
Hawaii.
When are we gonna do
October-
it?
It's a Tuesday.
Yep.
Tuesday, we'll
Yeah.
try to do it here. This seems to work out well. 6 o'clock?
Sounds like a plan.
Okay. And hopefully we will have an OPM present with us.
So we can politely,
So would that be our meeting with
Talk
the,
to
that's our meeting with the OPM?
Yes.
Okay.
Dinah,
Yes, sir.
should we get Mike to do a proposal for knocking the buildings on, getting something moving over there?
Yeah, I'm gonna bring it up with the building inspector
Okay,
tomorrow.
all
We'll
right,
see what,
okay.
how we move forward with that.
All right.
And is there any way we can get the correspondence from the meeting so we can just review these questions and responses before that meeting? Just in case we have any
If we can
questions?
find somebody to take the notes, yes.
Okay.
Because I'm not gonna take the notes. I'm gonna be asking some questions.
Record it.
Hmm?
Record it on your phone.
surreptitiously, or-
Okay, so I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Hey, thank you all very much.
Thank
Mike, I'll
you.
see you tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you.